Testing 1, 2, 3. Let's see how it's going. Okay, welcome everyone to the live stream. It's a day later because yesterday was a very busy day for me.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
It looks like the sound is working, so that is a good thing. Let me get the music going and then we can get started. If you guys are, so this is why I have a Telegram group. If I have to switch the days I go live, I let you guys know in the Telegram group. That's why it's good to be part of it. It's free to join. The link to join is in the description below on YouTube and on TikTok. Let me get the music going, and then we're going to look at Bookmap and Bitcoin. It won't be a crazy long stream because football's on here in a little bit. In 20 minutes maybe for NFL, or maybe it's 2:30. Either way, let's look at the crypto fear and greed index right now. Right now we're sitting at 49 in neutral. The other thing I want to look at is Bookmap. So obviously Bitcoin finally had a little bit of a pump above $95,000. That was, in my opinion, long overdue. By the way, thank you for the likes on YouTube. In my opinion, that was very long overdue. If we look on the weekly time frame, we still have more liquidity that I see above us at $100,000. There's some down here at 90,000, but the most is up here. Usually you go to wherever there's the biggest blob of liquidity, whether that be red or green. And right now I see more up above us at $100,000. The other thing that I see right now is if I look on the daily time frame, I see more liquidity to the downside at 94K. But in all reality, that is not that far away from us right now. So I was going to use my microphone, but it's okay. So that is not that far away from us. So if we go down to 94K, so be it. But I do think at the end of the day, it's most likely in the next few days and weeks. I would say by the end of January, we hit $100,000. Because if we go over to the charts, we can see that on the daily time frame. Here, I'll start on the daily time frame and I'll work our way up. So right now on the daily time frame, we are continuing this uptrend, which I love to see. I think as long as the daily time frame stays above $89,000, we're golden. As you can tell over the last few weeks since we started this uptrend, late November, it seems like every stream I'm going up $500 to $1,000 on where I think the lowest Bitcoin can go to be bullish is. Because if you lose this trend line at the bottom here at 89,000 or just under 89,000, I'm sorry, just above 89K, but I'll say 89K, then it'd be bearish. So if you lose 89K, you can even say 89.3, you're pretty bearish right now for Bitcoin. So I like that. We're just slowly curving on our way up here now. Obviously, the last, 4 days we've gone sideways, but to me, that's okay. Sideways or slightly down. That's okay. You're still in this macro trend line on the daily. Money flow on our side don't look fantastic to me. I like the fact that we're above the 21. I'm going to get rid of the 200-day smooth moving average so it's easier to see. The next moving average I want to see Bitcoin get above is the daily, which is up here at 105.8. If I jump down to the 12-hour time frame, we can see we're about to cross the 200-day moving average on the 12-hour time frame for Bitcoin. Anytime that happens, you can look for the daily to be the next stop, which again is at 105.8. 8-hour time frame is above the 200-day moving average. You can see that has come down while the price went up a little bit. So really, and the R side looks phenomenal on the 8-hour time frame. You can see it's starting to curve to the upside on the stock R side. I mean, this looks good to me for like a bull pennant. So Bitcoin on the 8-hour time frame has gone down a little bit, but in general, this is bullish. It's gone overall sideways in the 8-hour time frame, while the RSI has reset. So this tells me that Bitcoin is gearing up for a larger rally this upcoming week, probably above, and probably by the end of the month, at least 100,000, being conservative. This is not financial advice, but this is just what I see going on in the charts. The measured move out of this bull flag would be about 100,000, 101K almost. The next weekly resistance that I really see for Bitcoin is 98K. If you break that, your next weekly resistance would be 100,300. If you get above that, your next big resistance I would say would be 105. 103, 500 is a little bit of resistance, but I think the biggest one above that is 105. So right now for Bitcoin, if you break 98K, you can at least get above 100, in my opinion. If I jump down to the 6-hour time frame, you can see the stock RSI is already curving to the upside. I'm still long on Bitcoin. It's a very small position. It's like 0.0. It's 2% of a Bitcoin. I'll just say that. About that. Maybe just a little bit more. Maybe under. It's no more than 0.003 Bitcoin. But I'm long on Bitcoin nonetheless. And we'll see what happens. The 4-hour time frame, you can see it's well above the 200. and you went sideways, and now the R side is getting a curve back to the upside. So I still see more upside later this week for Bitcoin. Again, it's also still the weekend for another few hours, so just be aware of that. I think come later tonight or definitely Monday, you could really see the price really start to get a better move to the upside. Right now, there's still a lack of liquidity. If we look on the 1 hour time frame, you can see that you're above the 200. That's fantastic. Nothing to write home about on the smaller time frames, in my opinion. 15-minute time frame above the 200, yada yada yada. I think right now I would stick to the higher time frames. Like the 4 hour time frame is probably about the smallest time frame I go until we get to later tonight or tomorrow. So right now I see more upside for Bitcoin. I think the next target to look at is 98K. If you break 98,000, then we can go from there to about 100,300. That's my update for Bitcoin. Where we stand right now, I'm golden on the higher time frames. I'm not trading the 5-minute time frame, so in all reality, I don't see much of a point to look below the 10-minute. I'll go down to the 10-minute. One of my trades was based on the 10-minute, but 10 minutes just chops. So, like, yeah, you're above the 200 barely. I'm watching mainly the 4 hour time frame, and as long as Bitcoin holds 89.3, I'll stay. I'm gonna stay long on Bitcoin. So that is my update for Bitcoin. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. As far as that, so Bitcoin's done. That's where I stand. I think if we hold $89,300, we're fine. I think on the smaller time frames, you don't want to lose this flag. So on the smaller time frames, I wouldn't want to see Bitcoin lose 94K. But if you're just looking at the daily, I would think that not 89.3 is really the line in the sand right now. And that level will continue to go up with time as we continue to hopefully continue up in this trend. The other thing I want to look at is XMR Monero. It's a privacy cryptocurrency. But I will say that I'm short on it right now. I shorted it out of this bear flag. Kind of been short ever since. You have major resistance that you can't seem to break at 591. If you don't get about 591, I see more downside. You're teetering with that level right now. If you don't get about 591, I see the next support probably being about 480. You're below the 10-minute 200-day moving average. Right now I have a trade with a stop at 605, I think. So that's above the 10-minute 200 by quite some. Maybe it's a 605. Either way, it's above the 10-minute 200-day moving average, which is this yellow line right here. So right now, I gotta say, sure, you get the move up and whatever, but overall, that's just, in my opinion, a dead cat bounce. So whenever you're below the 200-day moving average, which you are right now, that's coming in at 598 on the 10-minute, I look for shorts. So, and actually, now that I look at, the longer I look at this, the more bearish it looks. This is a descending triangle. These break down about 70, 80, 68% of the time. You will get your measure move from looking the last time it was overbought after this first dump, which I would say being conservative would be right here. You go to the bottom of the flag or bottom of the dump, and that would give you a very bearish move of about $500. That's pretty close to my 480 level. If you go down to 500, going to 480 really would be pretty simple. Actually, I have my target would be 470, not 480. That's the next support is at 470. So at the end of the day, guys, like if we go to 500 or even 470, I wouldn't be surprised. I do have a take profit in at 540, which maybe I should lower at this point. I might lower. But for right now, it looks like more downside is in play for Monero. That's a trade I have open. I definitely will probably move the take profit lower because I don't see why you would stop at 540. I don't know where I got I got 540 from right here. But I see a new bear flag, so I could get rid of the take profit, keep my stop where it is at now at 600 or 605. So stop could be 600 in my opinion. 605 to be safe, I guess. And take profit right now could be, I would say 510, So this is not financial advice, but that is something I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to write these numbers down so I don't forget after the stream is over in about not very long from now. But I'm just going to write these levels. So take profit, I would say, is 510. Stop loss should be 600 or 605. And my entry was well above. It was at 640 or maybe 630. I think was my entry. So obviously I'm heavy in the money right now. So you're getting into the trade a little bit late, but this is a new flag. I see this is a descending triangle. So we'll see what happens. But I see more downside for Monero. It is what it is. This is again on the smaller time frame. It's a 10-minute time frame, but is what I see going on Monero right now. By the way, guys, we're live on YouTube and TikTok, so if you want to check us out on either, that's where we are, Crypto Angel 333 on all platforms. If you guys have requests for altcoins, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for the likes on TikTok. I do appreciate it. Thank you, Bub, for that. But yeah, so that's kind of what we got going on in the markets. So I don't know if there's anything else I want to talk about. I'm going to go enjoy watching NFL football here in a few minutes, but I'll stay live a little bit longer. I don't think it starts for at least 12 more minutes. BNB is another thing. I do want to talk about BNB. BNB is another coin I did trade, and let me look at this. I took this trade on the daily on BNB, so this is the trade that's going to take a while. And I think it's starting to break out, actually. So it's something I should talk about. So this is the flag that I have on BNB. And I can make a video about, after this live stream, more about it. Maybe I should just do that right now, actually. But either way, this is the daily time frame flag that's breaking out. Here above the 200, which is coming in at 908. So I think my stop loss right now is 908. And we never lost it. So I entered this trade probably in this candle right here. You went up a little bit. You came down to 922. No, I entered at 943 right here. You came down to 922. My stop is 908, so I'm still golden. And my take profit right now is $1,050 on BNB. Stop loss at this point should be 908 or 910. I would say I'll do 908 probably. So BNB, I need to update these trades as well, because I think since I've looked at this last week or whenever I entered the trade, it was 4 days ago at least. That should be my stop loss. Take profit's already in place. I just want to keep moving my stop loss up more and more, or at least below the 200, but right at the 200, if that makes any sense. So I'll put my stop loss below this yellow line, but that yellow line has increased in the last few days, so I do need to increase my stop loss just to lock in a few more dollars of profit. Actually, I wouldn't be locking in any profits at 908. But I would minimize my risk from, I think my initial stop loss was 880, so to move my stop loss from 880 to 908 is good. I think if you lose 908 and lose a daily 200, that's bearish anyway, so I wouldn't want to be in the trade if you lose 908. So yeah, that's my update on BNB. That's the trade I'm in, and this is obviously this could happen. I could be out of the trade later tonight if we got a massive pump, but in all reality, this is a trade I expect to take, several weeks, and if it takes longer, cool, but that's just something I'm doing, is this trade on Binance Crypto. So up to 200 likes almost, fantastic. So yeah, now that is, I think, everything I wanted to look at. If you guys want to help support the live stream, you can become a member on TikTok. I think that is a thing. I think it says I have one member. Not quite sure. Yeah, I got one fan. Cool. I think. That doesn't really matter. I don't know. Anyways, so that's kind of everything I want to go over. I'm long on Bitcoin. I'm short XMR, and I'm long on BNB, and I think those are the 3 trades I have open. So that's everything I wanted to go over. Yeah, so that's kind of everything I wanted to go over. I know this is not the normal day I go live, so I didn't expect a crazy turnout, but I thought I should still go live to make up for yesterday, because I literally completely forgot about the live stream yesterday, but it was an extremely busy day. I was up for like 22 or 23 hours straight yesterday. So, excuse me. It was a very long day. But it was a fun day. So, anyways, that's what we got going on. I took in the NFL games today, I took Bills to win by 3. Or no, just the Bills to win, I think. And then I don't know. I think Bears win tonight. I hope they win. I hope they win tonight. So I don't know who you guys have picked in those games, but those are not the Bills. I don't even know. I don't even know who I took. Now I can't think. I don't know. The Bills lost yesterday, so obviously I just don't even remember who I just took. And I did not take the Texans to win this game. Whoever they're playing, that's who I took. I don't know who they're playing. Either way, I do hope the Bears win, and I took the other team the Texans are playing to win. I don't know who they are. I should know. I really should know. Either way, guys, that's kind of all I got to talk about. That's a market update. I'll be back live Tuesday. Right now, playing on the normal time, which it hasn't been normal in a while, but I'll play at 9 p.m. Central Time. I might move it up early because I don't stick to those times. I stick to the days I go live, and then the times, I don't know. 9 p.m. seems late if I've got nothing going on. So I might go live before 9. We'll see. No promises. I'll probably definitely go live Right now, I'll tell you right now, I'll plan to go live at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Let's stick to 5 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday, which is probably, 51 hours from right now. That's just some easy math. I'll plan on 5 p.m. on Tuesday. So yeah, that's, if I have to change that, I'll let you guys know in the Telegram group. But yeah, that's my plan. With that being said, guys, that's everything I wanted to talk about. I don't see any requests, which is fine, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday night for our next live stream. I'm going to be posting a few videos. So I'm going to be posting a few videos, two YouTube shorts today, before the games. I'm going to be posting 2 YouTube videos, which I can do right now, and I'm going to do a TikTok probably on Shiba Inu. So that's kind of what we got going on. So stay tuned and watch out for that. But yeah, that's kind of my update, guys, on the markets right now. I'm gonna stay live, and we're gonna go and do. I'll stay live. I'm gonna end the YouTube one, but I'm gonna stay live on TikTok for right now.